Welcome to the LLamas Graze with RAAC. Some guys I've never met before, I guess. Crusher and MD, not really sure who these guys are, but I got a call going with them right now. And just kidding. This is like our 17th Graze we've done together. Just you guys are like super sick of hearing about it. I was going to try to get you in and out here quick because it's launch week, and I know you have a lot going on. And I really mostly just wanted to like start out with a quick, super quick, like a 30-second pitch thing about RAAC because I really want to ask about the pmUSD launch and all that gold stuff that's going on. But I wanted to, for people who have never heard of RAAC, which doesn't seem possible on listening to this show, what real world assets, what are you guys? What's RAAC? Just a nutshell, quick one.
Yeah, in a nutshell, RAAC is a real-world asset liquidity infrastructure built on top of Curve Finance. And what that means is we're taking real-world assets like precious metals, starting with gold, and using it to back a stablecoin, which we then deploy to DeFi to generate yield for asset depositors in the broader ecosystem.
And COGS, that leads to two businesses, borrowing and lending, improving the collateral that's used in borrowing and lending by adding more non-correlated diversified assets like gold and real estate. Second business is stable token. So using that stable collateral to build a stable token to compete. And the third is rewards, because we've used a lot of the best practices in Web3 and we've built on top of an existing like reward and revenue generating business like Curve.
Okay, that was like a perfect intro. Thank you so much for the clarity on just on what RAAC is. Obviously, we'll have all the socials and everything linked in the YouTube recording for the show. Before we get like into specific questions about this launch this week, is the stablecoin aspect of RAAC a requirement for the engine to run?
Or the revenue generating business on the stable side? Yes.
Yeah, like you said, talking about borrowing and lending, and then you said as a secondary as a stable coin, a competitive stablecoin issuer or stablecoin tool. Is the stablecoin aspect of RAAC a requirement for the borrowing and lending, or is it a standalone part of the company?
Oh, good question. Good question. I should say good morning to everybody, and thanks for taking the time to join. No, it's not. No, that's a separate business.
Okay, so like on the graphic that you have that everybody loves, which is like the engine of RAAC, right?
Yeah.
You have gold going in the top. Somebody can link it in chat. I can't because I'm on a fucking telephone. You got gold going in the top and it's spewing out stable coins at the bottom. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Are
those stable coins a requirement, or can you just be onboarding real world assets, using them for borrowing and lending, and not have a stable coin being involved?
We could. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the
borrowing and lending has Curve USD as the borrowable stable. So
awesome. So we're gonna grow the Curve pool or the Curve USD pool with RAAC. RAAC is going to be a big driver of Curve USD usage.
Yeah, deep liquidity. Like deep liquidity. Look at what Yield Basis is doing. Like it's doing that for BTC, right? That was the whole thing. Build deep liquidity, then the bots run through your pools. Then you make revenue.
So when we get the main purpose of calling today and having this call is because you guys are this is launch week for the gold-backed pmUSD, or just pmUSD, not necessarily gold-backed?
Yeah, just pmUSD. For the folks so we borrowed FX's V1 tech. So that's what runs the RAAC FX money market system. So the source asset, our partner's asset, ION, comes in as gold, then produces two types of tokens, the stable and the volatile token. And then we have a stable pool of supply to basically released into the liquidity demand.
And this is all
And-
happening this week.
Yeah, so the first mill is happening Thursday.
So llamas and rackbot holders get a special entry into this mint this week, correct?
Yeah, they get a
Yeah,
window.
yeah, that's exactly it. So Rackbots, Llamas, and highest members of the 8 bond community will have the largest multiplier going into the points growth program, which kicks off upon
And first access.
pmUSD bonding.
Right, Crusher? First access too.
Yep, and first access as well.
Is it going to be a time-based first access, or is it just like we are the only ones, like rackbot holders and llama holders are the only ones that are going to be minting the first day? Is it Thursday?
Yep. Yeah, until it's
Okay.
filled. There's 1 million to go.
So we have a shot at filling the entire thing between rackbot holders and llamas.
Bless you, buddy. Go for it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Here, let me pull my $14 I have left out of my pockets and go mint my pmUSD.
There's a 10% cap, but yeah, you can go to the 10 if you want.
Okay. So the and this is Thursday, right? Thursday
Correct.
U.S. time is
Correct.
going to be the
2
mint for this one. All right, got it.
Correct.
And then so I heard Crusher mention that about the points thing. So for people who haven't read and caught up or kept up with what's going on with the mint here on this Thursday, by minting the stable, you are going to be farming points, right? Towards the new RAAC points program, which goes towards the TGE. Is that the flow here?
Yep, that's exactly it. So by participating, there's a handle. So depending on when you deposit to the bond, the earlier you deposit, the higher the discount, which will start at 1.05, and then as it gets filled, the discount will decrease to 1.02. So the earlier you are, the higher the rewards, and obviously the points multiplier will be attached on top of that.
And then everything goes towards the TG. When's you're shooting for next year, early next year on that?
Correct. Yep. So
Okay.
looking to have the points program run, push us through beta, and intended to conclude upon TGE early next year.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think I got through most of the just intro, basic questions. Everybody should be caught up at this point. So now we should really focus on the good questions, the important stuff, the things that are exciting to me, because it's my show, so I ask the questions, right? So what is the pmUSD being backed by? Like right off the bat, like what's the collateral?
Gold.
How much gold?
About 26,000 ounces.
So right now,
26,760 to be exact.
to be exact, repeating, of course. Okay, so so as of now, before the pmUSD launch even happens, if you look at the graphic, we've already poured in 25,000 ounces of gold that have been tokenized that RAAC has in their possession,
Correct.
which is like hundreds of millions of bucks, right?
114
What's that in dollars?
million. 114 million.
114 million. So this is the celebration this week of this launch of the stable mint is that you have this gold, this tokenized gold, which I mean other people Tether has done it, right, with like supposedly, but it's the trust me bro gold, the normal Tether mindset, right? But this is new. Like this is groundbreaking. You guys have $100 billion worth of gold, it tokenized, and we're minting stables against it as of Thursday. This is happening now. This is not a drill. This is live.
Correct.
The size of it blows me away, and I am super excited for how this is going to roll and how this is going to go for you guys.
Deep
and
liquidity.
It's already deep liquidity. We go from no shit. $100 million is good. That's deep liquidity worth of gold. So after this is the first time that we're going to do this, right? This is the first time that RAAC's going to mint stables based off of the collateral of the gold. what other things can we put in the top of that freaking machine?
Real estate?
So real estate is like the next natural progression for you? Is that your next target?
Yeah, we're going to have an RWA vault. So that's like a real world asset vault that's going to be occupied by a diversified basket of properties, cash flow properties. And it's going to be like, it'll function like I guess people call it blockchain traded funds or decentralized traded funds, but it's going to act like an ETF NAV product that's going to spit out iRate. That's the tokenized that's the tokenization of your representation of the RWA vault. If you can imagine, that could be collateral down the road, right?
Right. And it could be anything, but your guys are going after real estate first. Second.
Yes. Well, yes, because we want non-correlated assets, Coxie. There's too much risk already. Like risk-based, like everything's is like attached to Bitcoin and ETH, right? So there's too much of that already. So we want to add other stuff, non-correlated. So when the shit hits the fan, maybe you can, instead of being defensive, you could be offensive or not care at all.
One of the questions.
Go ahead. Go ahead, pressure. No, please go ahead.
I was just going to say, part of the reason for choosing real estate and the specific type of real estate that we're focusing on at the start, which is housing choice voucher programs, which is basically low-income housing where federal programs basically subsidize the rent, which allows us to basically capitalize on predictable and sustainable yield, which then we redirect on chain. So that's the reason for choosing real estate. And kind of the bigger picture there is by utilizing pmUSD, which we'll be minting, it allows us to scale the real estate quite fast, which also scales our real yield.
And going after the Section 8 type housing is a very consistent yield of as 100% full occupancy. It's not like you guys are going to go take an apartment building that has 100 apartments in it that's at like 75% occupancy, that has constant turnover rates, that is a privately held apartment building. You're going to stuff that is 100% all the time, government backed, and is as steady as of an income stream as you're going to get.
I mean, the answer is yes, but real estate is just in shortage anyway. Like, there's just not enough of it. You don't have to believe me.
If you were going after privately held stuff, it's still going to be full on apartments.
But just in general, like, there's a supply shortage everywhere, man.
Yeah.
That's why prices keep going up. And it's harder to lend. That's why private credit's growing so much.
That answered Robo Odin's first question, which was what would be your next ideal asset to create a RAAC market for? Would you say that would be real estate?
Yes. And again, if you think of like, this is algebra, right? And like, because of pmUSD, we have a lot of supply. We can seed these, like, we can allow for a good liquidity inside the RAAC ecosystem. So like iREIT's going to have a deep pool.
There's the next question from the audience here. We just kind of jumped right into that because I advertised this as an AMA, but I'm going to suck all the air out of the room. So the FX asked, which chain, per user subscription cap, etc. Can you guys go into those simple and quick answers on that one?
Yeah, we'll be launching on mainnet, and it will be cliff vesting. So after 60 days, you would receive the pmUSD and 10% cap. So 100,000 is the max limit per person
for this round today. Thursday.
Correct. Yes.
Per wallet, 100,000 per wallet.
Yes.
Yes.
Mainnet no cap, got that one. That was it for questions in the AMA. So screw them. I'm not going to read them anymore. to hell with the listeners. I think I've got Panda and Hoth up here also on the call. I can't even really tell. Are you guys up here also?
Good morning, Panda. Good morning, Hoth.
Sure. I think I saw him join. Did you want to chime in with some questions, Hawthorne? Because you're a lot deeper in the weeds than I am. I asked like retail noob questions. If you had some questions for the boys.
Well, I mean, the counterpoint to that, Cogsy, is that you are much smarter than me, so it kind of cancels out. But yeah, so I just am curious. So you're going to TGE in like two months ish. You have a points campaign. Would you tell us like other actions that might receive the points if we're trying to points max?
Yeah, so as we scale up, obviously, and introduce the real estate and the lending market, there'll be more points to earn. But based off the bond at the start, there's points for holding pmUSD, there's points for LPing pmUSD, and then there's the biggest multiplier, which is for bonding. And as we launch the real estate over the next few weeks, then you also have borrowing and lending, providing liquidity for iREIT and CRV-USD will also have points as well.
Awesome. So just to make sure I heard you correctly, you're planning to have both of these markets online by TGE.
Yes, that is correct.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're actually just finalizing the first real estate purchases, so we'll be able to have some good news in the next week or so around that, and then that should be fired up for January.
So okay, so I have this is not pertinent to anything, but this just just kind of popped in my head. Do you guys foresee a future that you could be using your vast gold reserves to purchase a ton of housing kind of directly within your system, kind of like a Constitution, a DAO kind of play?
Yeah, in a sense, the way it works is think of RAAC or the RAAC ecosystem like a triangle. You have us, which is kind of the DeFi engine. You have our partners, Instruxy, which are the tokenization engine, and the third corner of the triangle would be the asset depositor or Ion Digital Corp. In this case. So part of the way that everything is structured is 60% of whatever is minted must be deposited into RAAC's core products, which automatically creates the demand for us to acquire more real estate. So yes, we'll be using obviously our own treasury and assets, but also asset depositors are mandated to participate within the protocol.
So my tokenized property could be backed by gold, is what you're saying.
Yeah, being purchased by gold. Yep, that's the basis of the system.
Man, it's like all the hard assets playing together. Sorry, I have one more
Cash
quick
flow
question.
too, Hoth. Cash flow.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, that's kind of like what we want, and it's new supply, right? Because that rental income isn't recycled like DeFi capital, right?
Yeah,
So it adds for that layer of rewards. Like we at RAAC, we have these four kind of like people might call them North Stars, but those like four pillars that we try to drive our decisions and our ecosystem towards. And we think the reward section is like fruitful. And it's usually the one most like not understood in a sense.
Yeah.
So, and again, from a strategic perspective, I'm just speaking for myself, but I think Crusher shares my my view. It's not a bad time to have some protocol owned liquidity with these prices in the market. So that gives us some optionality, right?
Yeah. For sure. Oh man. Okay. So I have another question. Sorry to change gears here. So, Ion has a no action letter from the SEC. Would you just kind of explain to all of us like what the implications of that are?
Yeah, they've come up with a regulatory framework to be able to create a digital asset that represents gold reserves in the ground. And the no action letter is a stance given by the SEC that they can create that security.
And that security is free to be accessed in any like SEC aligned like jurisdiction. Is that how to think of it?
Yeah,
It would
I
be
mean, I
more
think
so
a couple of
like the. Oh, sorry, MD. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Crusher.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, the internally they've had the chance to review the methodology, and basically not suggest any legal action be taken against Ion Digital in regards to the specific details highlighted in their no action letter.
That's
I
cool.
mean, Hoff, you would have seen the last couple of days. I think there was another company, DCC, got the same letter.
Yeah.
And they have a whole pool of like trillions of assets that they can now digitize.
Yeah. Like,
It's-
I'm just thinking about the distribution of that. If it has the green light, like
Yeah, I mean, Ion has. I mean, we're bringing it into Web3, but they could push it out to traditional markets too if they wanted, right?
Yeah, I mean, that gets to my next question. So it's FX E1, correct?
Correct.
So the X token from this system could be a great kind of treasury asset, or like like I want it, like my brain goes to like pensions, or that kind of place. Is that the correct way to think about it?
Yeah, I think even a bit more like basic in a sense of it represents a synthetic digital twin of gold reserve. So we need it in the FX system because it's the shock absorber, right, for the stable side. So we can envision, because FX uses that in their system for participants to leverage. Right now, it's sitting dormant in our system as just the reserve, right? It's sitting there right now. But we have ideas of that utility for that reserve asset. It's equivalent.
I was where I'm headed with this.
Oh,
I get
yeah.
my
If you
hands
want,
on the X.
I mean, there's probably some people in the audience that would know the product, but I mean, it's
like, I know it's like you might not be able to speak about it publicly, but I was
right.
just curious, like, as
Yeah,
like
think of it
will
like
the X
a
token be a
Paxos.
product like that
Yeah,
you
think
can?
of it as a Paxos equivalent or a Tether Gold equivalent.
It's just like 2.5 to or X, right? Ish.
No, I think it's closer to like 1x.
Okay, cool.
Like it's
Cool.
not leveraged, man. No, we want there's too much already out there of that. We want to kind of counter that. Stability, still give you potentially optionality to take a direction on it.
Yep.
But yeah, we definitely think there's utility for it down the road.
So the Ethereum Foundation's been talking about like a boring DeFi is the potential like Google search moment. Is that the product space that you guys are designing in?
Yeah, that's a good way to position it. I've seen that that language or lexicon be used, and I agree. Yeah, I mean, again, it's about uncorrelated assets, right? Like
Yeah.
treasuries get into problems because everybody's assets are in that bucket that when BTC decides to take a fucking shit, everything moves at beta times whatever like premium you want attached to that specific token. So, you know, if you go back to 1010, what happened? I mean, real estate didn't even know what was going on. Like that asset price didn't even care. I think gold stayed steady, might even gone up that day. So it's about diversification and uncorrelated. I mean, we want to have exposure. We have core assets that we want to participate in, like Curve and Convex, because they're really essential to part of the reward mechanisms that we built into RAAC. So, I mean, being able to acquire some of these assets at these prices is pretty advantageous for us.
Yeah. I mean,
nonetheless, there's already a pretty attractive coupon attached to these assets to begin with.
yeah. So
like people forget. I sometimes feel like people forget. Like 10-year bond is like 4.12, and like you can farm Curve and Convex in the with the teen handles on it, like sleeping.
Yeah.
So like that's. I don't know, man. I just not saying they're bonds, but you're being paid an appropriate risk premium 4 times. So
yeah,
and you're not even having the capital upside potential either built in.
I had 2 quick questions to jump in with, Hawthorne.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
cool?
Oh,
Another one, kind of, I just heard you guys talk about like a few minutes ago about the LP, like being able to go in LP pmUSD as part of your point farming that Hawthorne had asked about. So my question about that is, are you guys planning on starting the pairs or the LP, the liquidity pool on Curve for pmUSD, and what day will that happen?
Yeah. Looking to spin up the pools upon bonding. So Thursday is the date, starting with CRV-USD and FRX-USD.
So it'll be CRV-USD, pmUSD in a pool together, and then the other one will be what was the second one you said?
FRX-USD.
Frax, the Frax stable.
USD. Yes, sir.
Got it. Okay, so those two those LPs will be spun up by you guys, seeded by you guys, and then will be an option for us to be able to add to that LP. And then, do we need to stake the LP token somewhere to be able to farm the points, or is it just being in that pool is going to be a point farming mechanism?
Being in the pool will be a point farming mechanism.
All right, and then I had a couple of questions in the chat about what you're depositing when you're minting. So how does the flow on Thursday work? Like, what tokens do I come to the initial bonding with?
It'll be either USDC or USDT.
Awesome. So I'm depositing USDC and getting 1.05 pmUSD cliff vested over 60 days back.
Yes.
Yep. That's it.
Seems like a no-brainer.
I mean,
guys
we
got
like
my-
to think so.
You guys got my
NFA,
$14.
not financial advice.
But I heard you don't like money, Cogs. So
Gold. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't like money because I don't have any of it. Have you looked at the charts recently?
yeah,
No.
I have actually.
You have? Okay. Because real estate doesn't care. So like MD's real estate doesn't even move. What the hell does real estate care about 1010? Other than the fact I had to, get liquidated on my house to be able to pay off my stupid CDP or whatever it was. All right. Any more questions from here in the peanut gallery? Hawthorne, I'm sure you have more, but let me read the chat while you talk.
Oh, I think Panda's trying to say something. I think you're muted though.
If we can get Panda on this call with MD and Crusher and you, it's going to be like, this is like an all-star game for us. We haven't all been on the same Graze. I mean, I feel blessed and almost like I'm honored that you all decided to show up to my fucking show together at the same time.
Wouldn't miss
I
it,
mean,
man. You host such a great show,
100%.
so
Yeah. Yeah, it's smooth. It's like butter. It's a really professionally run show.
Is your computer in your weed closet still?
That I might
suppose
have
I
to
was
actually
just going to ask, Hoth. Thanks
Speaking
for
of
I
asking.
might have to go back to that
professionalism.
computer because the one I was trying to use doesn't work anymore. So now I have to have Hypnotoad in his weed closet doing a recording for me.
Now it's going to be impossible to ever get a new computer because of AI build out.
We just have whatever we have. This is it. Memory's
this
going
is-
to 10x.
But Hoth,
Now
you're
it's
for real, eh?
solid state
Did you
drives. What the hell?
Yeah, did you see that, man? DRAM
Yeah.
and SSD drives are like ripping through the roof now.
I know it's depressing. I need a new computer, and this is like the worst time to ever need one.
RAM's
No,
like 5x the cost.
Yeah.
the worst time is tomorrow. So this is the second worst time. It's just going to get worse.
I know, right?
We got anything? We got any voice chat on Panda yet or not?
I don't know. I think he's triangulating somewhere.
He can just dictate to his personal assistant and have his personal assistant type the question into the chat. That would work.
Right. All right, so
Okay.
Panda's question is speaker no working.
Speaker no working. Okay, got it.
Cool.
So how do you guys have like a bunch of what other venues are you going to be on? You're going to be on Garrett's show Friday, right?
Yeah,
On
we
Leviathan.
won the Leviathan auction. So yes, we're going to be
Oh, you beat me. You were bidding against me. Okay.
Sleeping at the wheel, Cogsy.
Yeah. This is
You
a
let us
3
win.
bidder.
what was that's a pretty, I think, what did we win? What was it, $30? Was that the bid or?
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good price to be able to get on a show with like
That's a
1,000
deal,
viewers.
man. I can't even
Yeah.
buy a Subway for that.
So you guys are going to be on Leviathan News on Friday after the mint. So that'll be like, it'll be like the afterglow. You guys are going to be really, really happy. I'm sure everything's going to go super smooth. There won't be any hiccups, right? Not going to have any problems. People are going to be able to get on. Okay, where are we watching for the notification of when mint goes live? Like in RAAC Discord, Twitter. What about? And then we'll just repeat it on just amplify it on the Llamas Discord.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be link distributed, obviously, RAAC Discord, and then same thing with Llama Discord, and then 8Bond will be distributing to their own community as well. So it'll be at the exact same time, and obviously X as well.
8Bond is going to be that's going to be like who's going to be doing the minting.
Correct. They're actually the third party provider for the bonding service.
Yeah, I hear the word ape, and I'm just like I always run the opposite direction. So it's this time I'm going to be running right into their arms.
Yeah, no, solid dude, solid crew. So we're really excited to be working with them in pumping this out.
Nice.
Cool. And not to get ahead of ourselves here, but can you just kind of there's a chance you talked about this when I wasn't on yet, but could you talk about like this is like a cap launch, and are there going to be other bonds, or are you going to be like hosting them directly, or how is the rest of the rollout going to look?
Yeah, like we mentioned, we have a large supply to cut through. So we'll definitely be running the bonds in tranches at the start, and then I think as we scale up, we'll just be dripping in supply as we go. But yeah, there's 3 bonds planned right now with a lot more coming after that, and then as we scale, we'll be dripping in supply. And for
Cool.
those who don't know, the Ion deal is minimum of 200 up to 500 million. So we definitely got a lot of supply coming.
Do you have other gold?
Deep liquidity. Deep liquidity
Deep
is the
liquidity.
goal.
Do you guys have any other gold holders? I don't want to say miners, but like, do you have other companies with gold reserves in the ground that are interested by what Ion
Yes.
did with this first round with you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, massively. This is a huge unlock just on the traditional side. So the combinations of Ion Tech and RAAC Tech and Instruxi Tech really create something special. So tons and tons of interest. MD, I don't know if you want to maybe speak a
Yeah,
little
Cogs,
bit more.
you know what's really fascinating about price is that it brings out opportunities. So the market is gifted the gold asset with this high price, which puts a lot of these like reserve assets all over the world into play. And again, imagine this on top of the growing trend towards tokenization. I think I've seen like 3 like major players announce that they're fully on board with tokenizing assets. So as the
It's
price
almost
keeps
like
going,
perfect timing. Like you guys, I mean,
and
you mean to do this on purpose, I mean, unless you're just some sort of master of the universe. You got the all-time high, all-time eyeballs on gold that we've ever had in silver. People are just going ballistic over that. Then you have every day in the regular mainstream U.S. media, you have BlackRock talking about how they're going to tokenize everything in the world, like on a daily basis. And it's like, so you have both of those things going at the same time. It's like a perfect time for you to step up and be like, hey, we're the gold tokenization guys. Here's a working product that we already launched. I mean, it's really incredible timing. It's very bullish for you guys. And congratulations on the timing.
it's a gift from the market, but truthfully, you know, the boss has been driving this initiative since last September.
Who's the boss?
Is the boss Cogsy?
Is this a test? Is it a fucking quiz or something? What, are you talking about Crusher?
Crusher's the boss.
Who's the boss?
Crusher's the boss.
Crusher's
The boss.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I don't know about
he's been talking about this. We've been doing this like this kind of conversation about real estate and gold for the last year because it's taken a time. So as the gold price has gone up, we've seen more and more opportunities come to us, right? And now that we have the partners able, like as Crusher mentioned, the triangle, we have the asset depositor that has a solution. We have the technology providers that have solutions, Chainlink and Instruxi, and we're building the application to be that liquidity infrastructure, right? So yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where there is a lot of like potential.
Unbelievable timing.
Yeah, and it's also the other really interesting thing is to highlight is the reason we called it precious metals, pmUSD, is because where there's gold, there's other minerals and metals, silver, palladium, rhodium, iron, copper. So the goal is to bring all these assets on chain, and yeah, there's a lot of interest from all types of metals and minerals, not just gold itself. So lots to look forward to and lots of opportunity.
And Cogsy, you've seen like gold has done like this invisible ball and chain where it's dragging the rest of the commodities up. Like I thought platinum hit an all-time high, I think this last week. Copper's hitting or no, silver smashing through all-time highs. And so I Crusher and I were talking like we're definitely probably going to see more and more other types of commodities like want to start this conversation.
Are you guys trying to kind of corner the commodities side of tokenization, or like where do you see RAAC in like two years? You know, like us assuming everything clicks how you want it to click.
Yeah, that would be a blessing, Hoff. The technology's there. And the asset size opportunity is pretty large. And stable tokens could fill that, the liquidity part.
Do you think that the metals or the real estate is going to be a bigger like TVL opportunity?
It's a good question.
I think in terms of
I still think metals, but
yeah, I would say in
again,
terms of scalability, speed, time it takes to acquire the asset, things like that. I definitely feel like metals in terms of scalability would be much faster up until a certain point, for sure.
but real estate's not small cogs. So again, I just think there's a bit of a like supply thing there.
The thing that excites me a little bit more about real estate, I mean, not that my opinion means jack shit to you guys, but the metals producers already have the futures market as an ability to be able to hedge and lock their prices in. So they already have a huge, deep liquidity, COMEX market to be able to go to when they want to hedge. Real estate has nothing. They have zero. So like when you guys go in after real estate, you're going after a completely untapped resource that has never been used properly. It's just dead money, right? All that Section 8 housing is just dead money sitting there and nobody's borrowing against it. Nobody's tokenizing it. It's like, so I feel like real estate's almost like low hanging fruit, as compared to the metals.
Yeah. And it's a built-in like PTYT kind of product.
Your growth on both ends of this is going to be really exciting. I'm super jacked that you ended up launching with the metal first, right? With the gold thing first. And the timing is so incredible. So, want to go ahead and wrap it up here for you guys. I want to let you get to work. You've only got 36 hours before launch. No pressure. Everything's going to go great. And any closing thoughts from the two of you, and then we'll let you go.
I just want to say, go ahead, Crusher.
MD, go. No, please, MD, go ahead. My AirPods fell out, so you're all good.
I was just going to take the simple approach is thanks for letting us share our story and the upcoming offering. And yeah, we just ask if folks could participate.
Yeah, and just to resonate with MD, we're incredibly thankful for all the support. We've been building for almost 3 years now, and it's almost go time. And I've shouted from the rooftops from the start, and I'll say it again. There is no better place in DeFi than the Llamas. So yeah, no, just incredibly thankful for all the support, and really excited to launch on Thursday with the bonds.
All right, Llamas will be in on this thing, and we'll be pinging everybody. Make sure we don't miss the window to get in on your 1.05 free money mint from RAAC on your pmUSD, and then you can go farm that LP and get yourself some more points.